Hello, I am Anuradha. And in this course of duration, what we'll be discussing is that key, what are the topics has come in IIT JEE mains and advanced, what are the differences in IIT JEE and mains, and the topics we will be discussing, like for example algebra. In algebra we will be discussing about the permutations and combinations, set relations functions. After that there will be logarithmics. So these are the topics in case of, if I'm talking in algebra, will come. After that there will be trigonometry, so which is actually a most important topic for other topics as well, because it comes in each and every chapters mostly. So it is actually a most of the important chapter, trigonometry. After that, we will be coming after that matrices and determinant. You have not heard about that, but it is actually a very simple chapter. And then we will be discussing about the two-dimensional geometry and three-dimensional geometry. You have studied about that in 10th class, but it is like some more advanced in that. After that there will be chapters on vectors, and this will be discussing, and calculus, that is actually a most important chapter. Calculus will include differential calculus and integral calculus, probability. So these will be our actually the topics in we will be discussing and for the classes. And one more thing, after we will be doing the chapters, we will be discussing about what are the importance of these chapters, why we should be studying this chapter. Okay. And then what we will do is that we will be solving some kind of some questions which has been asked in previous year. So the question discussion on the each and every concept. And you don't need to worry about the what we have, that it is difficult. No, it's not like that. We will try to make it easy, and you will definitely you will grasp that concept easily. So we will work on each and every concept. After that we will be solving some more questions in that has been asked previously. And this is all about what our classes will be all about that. And just like I have said, we will be having some topics like calculus. So calculus will be involving like differential calculus and integral calculus. So these topics will be involved. So let us talk about, if I'm saying about the differential calculus. So differential calculus is like what is the need, why should we study that topics. You have heard first time, but it's not like that. It's actually a very simple topic, because I will explain how this is. It's not that much. So let us take one topic. We can discuss that topic. So that topic is about differential calculus. So first of all, let us discuss about the differentiation. So what is mean by differentiation? Why should we study that chapter? Okay. So first of all, what is differentiation? If I'm saying about the differentiation is actually the rate of change of a quantity with respect to another quantity. How a quantity is changing while I vary another quantity, which is the differentiation. Okay. So for example, let us take an example. What we can do, I will share on a screen. On that you will understand clearly. So if I'm sharing on a screen, let us. So what I said is that what is differentiation is that okay. So what is differentiation is actually differentiation. Okay. So what is differentiation is that differentiation is actually the rate of change of a quantity. What is differentiation? Rate of change of a quantity, rate of change of a quantity with respect to another quantity, okay. So with respect to another quantity is the differentiation. This is actually the differentiation. Okay, so how? Let us take an example. So if I'm taking an example, for example, I have f of x, and which I'm taking as x, f of x is equals to x plus 2. This is the value I'm taking. Let us take at x equals to 1, you are calculating this value. So if you are calculating this value at x equals to 1, you will get 1 plus 2, which is equals to 3. You will get 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. Let us take another example at x equals to 2. If you calculate this x equals to 2, then what you will get is key at x equals to 2, you will get that 2 plus 2, which is equals to 4. So what you are seeing here is that key here, as x is varying, you can see the function is also varying. If you are changing this value x equals to 1, you will get another, you are getting another value of f of x. At x equals to 2, you are getting another value of f of x. So as long as you are varying the value of x, you are getting the different values of x. And what I want is that key, I want to know how this function is varying with respect to x. When you are varying x, you are having some value of f of x. So I want to know the rate of change of this function, which is actually the differentiation. So for that, we need a differentiation. Let us take an example. In morning, you go for a walk, okay? And at the starting, you have a high speed. But as the time goes, your speed goes and decrease. Now I want to know the rate at which my velocity or speed is decreasing, which is actually the acceleration or deceleration. Okay, so the rate at which my velocity is going on decreasing, that is actually the differentiation. So here you can use the differentiation. Okay, so now let me share the screen again. So what I'm saying, key, if you have an acceleration, if you are saying about the acceleration dv by dt, so acceleration is actually the rate at which my velocity is changing with respect to time. As long as you are changing the time, your velocity is changing. How this is changing, which is actually the acceleration. And here you will using the differentiation. So rate. Now let us take another example. You have a balloon. Okay, this is the balloon you have. So you have this balloon now. You are playing with some your cousins, and what happens, you have a balloon, as your cousin comes and pinch a needle on that balloon, then what will happen? Then the size of that balloon will go and decrease. So a balloon size will go and decrease. Now I want to know the rate at which the balloon is going and decrease. This is where you will be using the differentiation. So what I was saying is that key, you have balloon. This is the balloon you have. Now, after you pinch a needle on that, it will decrease, size will decrease. So again, you pinch a needle and then it will go and decrease. Now, how this volume of that balloon is changing? You know, it is spherical in nature. You know, the volume of a balloon is 4/3 pi r cube. So this is actually 4/3 pi r cube. Now you want to know how it is depending. It is depending on the value of r. As long as you are changing the value of r, volume will change. So I want to know the rate at which volume is changing. So what I will calculate? I will calculate the variation of volume with respect to r. How the r is changing, then volume is also changing, which is actually the dv by dr. So this is where you will be using. This is where you will be using dv by dr. You will be calculating dv by dr. So this is where you will be using the differentiation. Okay, so this is about the differentiation. What I was saying, key, how to use differentiation, how, where, in what things you will be using the differentiation. Okay, so as I have explained ki, what is differentiation? Differentiation is actually the rate of change of a quantity, how a quantity is varying with respect to another quantity. If you have a variable x is changing, how that function is changing. Now you want to know the rate, how that rate, which will be, which where the differentiation will come into account. And after that, what we have discussed is that key, how can we use differentiation. So I have told you, in case of, if you are using in case of like you can use in now I was saying as a velocity, your velocity calculation, rate at which your velocity is changing. In many other application you will be using, we will be coming, we will be seeing on all those points. Okay, so that's it. So this is all about the differentiation. Like this, we will be discussing other topics. But first of all, we need to know why should we study that topic. What are the application in the real life? How can we apply? So in that way, you will have interest on that topic. Okay, so that's it about this. Thank you.